So I'm going to go so we don't have infinite regression there. So, so what I brought up here is the code for my bot. And if you know Python, the first thing you'll notice is I don't have context coloring turned on, which is a little challenging for me, but what are you going to do? So what I've done is I had it pull in a word list from GitHub. Actually, somebody else figured out what the Wordle answers all are. It was scrambled up so you can't cheat on just picking the next one. But this way, I give the bot kind of a reasonable dictionary of correct answers. In this case, it's the actual dictionary of correct answers, but we'll call it reasonable anyway. And then there's a little bit of fooling around to turn it into just a list of words. We have to split it into words and make it a list. And all the things here with the, what do you call it, hashtag, are all comments. So I had one version of this where I had to take out some HTML tags and things. In this version, I don't have to. And then I do a little bit of pre-processing where we compute frequencies of letters. I don't actually end up using that in the current bot. And then you can see here I have, what's this, 5, 6? So I can't count. 6 different score functions. None of these are actually the one I ended up using. But these are ways I was thinking about of trying to score a word to see if it should be the next word. And in all these cases, I'm essentially saying some version of, I bring a word in, and I bring a word frequency list in, and I say, like in this case, give me the sum of all the log of all the frequencies for every letter in the word I have. Right. Oh, that's right. The frequencies here are not of words; they're frequencies of letters in the word set. So all these actually work okay. Essentially, just saying use the most frequently used letters first. They work okay, but they're not quite as good as my current setup. And then we break up the rest of the stuff into a bunch of different functions. So there's check word takes in the current context, what you know from your game so far, including what letters do you know the right position for, the fixed letters. I called these float letters because I didn't have a better name for it, but this is actually going to be a list of all of the yellow letters from Wordle, so the ones where we know it's in the word, but we don't know where it is. Mm-hmm. And a string of the disallowed letters, the ones that were grayed out. We just want to know, does this new word meet these criteria? So we check, if it's in, let's see, for your current word, or your word list. What did I do here? Right, your word list and your, oh no, I'm sorry, this is your single word. Your current word and the fixed letters we know, are they the same, or is the fixed letter blank, in which case we call it the same. And the same thing with the float letters. We want to make sure all the letters are in our selected word. But we also want to make sure that our selected word does not match any of the float letters. And then the disallowed ones we just make sure aren't in there. So this function is just one piece that we lets us just check, does that word match our criteria? And then another function to just say, for all the words we have, which ones fit into which ones meet our current criteria. So we just run a check word. We return a set of all the words in our word list that meet these criteria per the check word function. And then update restrictions ended up using when I run a game, because then if I have letters so far, if I have a guess and I know what the solution is, the game when you play it will tell you the new fixed letters, the new yellow letters, and the new disallowed letters. But if I'm running the game internally, I have to be able to update that stuff myself. So I do it. Do that here. And then this is the scoring function I actually ended up using, where essentially it goes through all of the current possible words. So we're looking at the possible set from our current context and saying how many, if we update our possible set, if we update our context with our new word, then how big is the possible set? So essentially, how much does the set get cut down by checking this new word? But we do that over all possible solutions, and then take an average of that, or just add them up. I guess we take an average. So that tells us what's the most information we can get out of a new word. And then next word just takes the things we know so far and the score function and spits out the highest scoring word out of our possible set. And then I have a function to run the game. Overall, if you know the solution and the score, it just runs through, updates the restrictions.
So this mostly works with previous Wordles? Not like a new word?
Well, so I always solve it myself first. Mm-hmm. And then you can run the game and have it spit out all the results for you. So if we do, say, shoot, what did I do?
You just stopped sharing the, I guess it just hid the screen you were using.
Yeah. That's back. All right. Sorry. So if we do run game on, let's say, moist using info score. So not gonna work. All right. Oh, I see. Dang it. I do. I think I didn't want to import that. I wanted to run it. Let's see. Sorry. There we go. But what this does, it always starts with the same first guess, because that's one it takes a long time to compute that first guess. Mm-hmm. So I just have it always start with that. So you can see I gave it the guess alert, and then it updates, it's fixed, it's floating, and it's disallowed data. And it runs through all of the other possible letters. So it says, so first, it knows the answer is moist. So it knows the T is in the right spot. It knows I got no other letters right, or no other letters that are in the solution word. And it knows that R, A, L, and E are all disallowed because they're not in the final word. So then it runs through all the other possibilities. All the things that have a T at the end don't contain R, A, L, and E that are in the dictionary. And for each of those, it says, well, if I use this as my next choice, how many words would that get rid of on average?
I see. So like it already has like the mechanics of how a Wordle game works in the code. So all you really do is like you play the game the day and then you put in like what the final word was, and then from there it sort of figures it out.
Right. So it plays the game itself.
Yeah.
So it gives me this bit here is the letters in green, in yellow, and in gray. Mm-hmm. And it uses those to update its internal state. Mm-hmm. And it runs through and says, well, what's the best next word? So it thinks the next word should be hoist, because if you guess hoist, on average, it will only, the average remaining possible set will be 6 letters, 6% of the total number of guesses. Depending on what the actual word is, because when it's making this guess, it doesn't use the actual word. It doesn't know that information. So you can see hoist, it leaves 6%. Actually, moist would have been a pretty good guess. Oops, not that one. Would have been a pretty good guess. It would have been left 8%. So give us a decent amount of information, but it's still not as good as hoist. So after hoist, it says, oh, well, now I've got 4 letters that I know, and I know one more I'm not allowed to have. And then there's 3 possible words it could use: foist, joist, and moist. And it's actually just going to run through them. They're all equally good because none of them give you any information about the others.
Okay.
So then it just runs through them one at a time and moist happens to be last. So it wins in 4 turns. Right? Actually, it's 5 turns. We're counting from 0.
Yeah. And I guess when you played that game, did you do better than that or worse?
I don't remember this being one of the words, but I don't remember how I did on this one.
Mm-hmm.
So some stuff like let's see, if we try like twixt, see that one shows up in here. I bet it'll do pretty poorly because W and X are fairly uncommon letters, and 2 T's makes it bad too. So actually, it starts right away with the same thing. So it will guess hoist as the second word because it has the same information after the first guess. But hoist won't give it the same information because it has a different set of letters.
Okay.
Oh wow, it did better that time. Ready to try hoist. It said, well, I have an I and a T fixed, and I'm not allowed to use any of these other guys. So the only guess left was twixt. That's fun.
Yeah. I understand it. At least more so now. And it does exactly what you wanted to do. Not so much what I imagined somebody would use it for, which is to like win their Wordle games for you. This is where like it does literally what you wanted to do. It's just like to check how good of a Wordle player you were. So did you get it in X amount of turns, or like the optimal way would have been like maybe 3 or 4, and if you got it in less, or if you only got it 1, it took you maybe 5 or 6 versus like however, then it wasn't that big a deal because the best you could do is like 3 or 4.
Right, pretty much. You can actually use it to play the game though.
Mm-hmm.
If you update the context yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want it to, oops, not next game, next word. Oh. Okay. If I wanted to tell me, let's see if the word was moist, then I would have to update this stuff. So as I say, well, disallow is RALE, and its letters are the T at the end, and there's nothing. Right? So this is if after I ran the first round, like I put alert into Wordle, and I came back with these fixed and disallowed letters, then I can tell it. I think I have to give this extra information so it knows the context. Well, screw this up.
It definitely feels like more work than just like literally playing the game.
I mean, it was definitely more work to write it this way.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of fun, though. I think I spent a Saturday doing the first version, and then Why does it matter to me? What did I do wrong? I don't know. There's a way to do it that I did wrong. Oh, you know what I was supposed to do. I spent about a day or two writing the first version, and then I spent another day working out how to do the information score as opposed to the just count the letters score. And I think I can speed this part up where it's running through all these guys. I think there's a way to optimize that I haven't implemented yet, but I'll probably do that, in the coming weeks just for fun. But it's something to keep me busy. It was a good time.